What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Alchemy Factory. It's been a little while. You guys saw in the last video I was sick. Took a couple of days to get better from that, and then I tried recording another episode. I did like an hour and a half, and unfortunately I did it with a new audio interface that I got for Christmas, and boy, sounded perfectly fine on my monitor, and I checked it out in the edit, and my entire voice was just completely maxed out, like just to the absolute maximum. It was just a solid line of audio, completely blown out. You couldn't hear anything I was saying without it like bleeding your ears, even though I wasn't even talking that loud. Very mad about that. So we're going to do a little catch up on this one, okay? And after that happened, I was so disappointed. I was so irritated that it happened, that it was such a long episode. I was like, there's no way that I can re-record this. All right, so I believe I'm coming to this back after a couple days, even after that. So I'm gonna also do a little bit of catch up in my own way. We didn't do anything super important, but we theory crafted a kind of a modular setup for making coal powder, charcoal powder, and fertilizer. Those were the two things that I wanted to work on. Let me go to bed so we can get some daylight in here. Because there was a couple things that I realized with doing the automated charcoal and the fertilizer is that it's actually not all that expensive, because wood is super cheap. We're gonna make that money back, no problem. And limestone specifically, is not that expensive either. So we could create our own little modular thing here, which, you know what, it's not as compact as it could be, because I know a lot of people that make these like little all-in-one things, they do it vertically. But there's just so much space in this game that I don't see myself really running out of space that quickly, outside of just like doing floors, like vertical floors, you know? Which, from what I've seen online, I don't think that there's a limit. Maybe there is, but I've seen factories that are like 9 or 10 stories tall. So I'm not too worried about that. Plus, there's also so many shops around us that we have not purchased yet. So let me walk you through, or at least show what's going on here, because I hate watching videos of like, oh yeah, this is how you make this thing, and the person's like this the whole time, you know, and it's like, yeah, and then you got the, you know, and then you got the thing, and I'm sure that probably nauseated a lot of you. So I'm gonna try to take this slow and keep my camera where it is, so you can kind of see kind of the flow of things. It's really not that complicated. We got planks going up to crucibles, going into charcoal. That charcoal goes back down onto a belt here that circles around and keeps the furnaces constantly fed with its own charcoal. We don't bother grinding it at this point. And then that charcoal goes here to the overflow. So at the end of its like little circle all the way around, where it's going into the furnaces, it comes and pushes into this. So it's going to its own furnaces first before it goes to the end here. From here, we take it to, and really all it needs is 3 grinders for this, for the amount that comes through here to keep up. But I put 4 just as like a little bit of an extra thing, and then when those 2 belts are going into a large storage box where we can pull from 2 different lanes, no problem. So, and that's my charcoal setup, my charcoal powder, my fuel setup. And then the idea is that this will run on the floor above, and then we can pipe it down to the machines that we want down below. So we need to work on our next potion, right? Which is going to be transformation potion, but we got a bunch of stuff above here that we want to work out, including advanced fertilizer. Okay, so we need to I looked at the mushroom because I know I have to take it off of one log, but All we've unlocked in the next tier is advanced fertilizer. Excuse my yawn. So that's what that is. And then over here is our money split. So down there you can see I just put a second shovel. So we're now splitting that money from up here to over there, which I think it should be a 50-50 split for whatever was going to hit this guy. So that one went onto there, and look, it looks like that one's backed up because it's not taking it, which is good. Honestly, at some point, I don't know, it'd be nice to have one of these bank things that had 2 belts so we can feed copper into it faster. But there we go. We got one coming up here. It goes all the way down the line here. That line's backed up, so it goes to the second one, which I think is the one, yeah, that keeps going. And this is just to help prevent long conveyor belts of money, right? We want to get the money to where it needs to be as fast as possible. And if we can cut out conveyor belts, we don't have money just sitting around like this. So that's a little simple chain, little bounce, and this will go down the middle. So that's why I have this one set up, because I'm sure I'm going to have to move money farther down. And then we just have a short hop over to where it needs to be. And then a small conveyor belt of the items that need to be purchased for the thing. So there's our charcoal thing. Our charcoal guy right here. It's the same up until this point right here, where we're feeding charcoal directly into these furnaces as well. So there's 3 here. There's one here that's creating the quicklime powder, because that seems to be the hardest thing, and right out of the crucible we're grinding, so we are not wasting any space there. That gets pushed over to this conveyor there, and we did the math. Each one of these can do 10, so this is 60, right? 2 crucibles of these does 30, so 30 each. Excuse me, so that's also 60, right? So we have those 2 60s going down to these guys who need 22.5 each per minute. So we are saturating this line more than what these guys can put out, fertilizer-wise. And so that quicklime and the plant ash, they go down here, and they're on 2 different levels, and I just have them going down 2 little elevators, right? And then the plant ash below gets split, which creates fertilizer, which immediately feeds the nurseries that we need for the sage, right? And that goes up to make plant ash. So each one of these does 30. So 30, 30, and then these can also take 30. So all you need is 1 nursery per crucible. That's all that needs to be done. And then the stone furnace actually takes less fuel because there's only 2 crucibles on it. So, and then that fertilizer goes into a storage box where you can bring it down to wherever you need it. But now that we can make advanced fertilizer, we're probably going to use that and then feed that into an advanced fertilizer setup. So I may rotate this box and bring it back this way maybe, just so we stay within line here. But you can see how, like, narrow I tried to keep these things, right? I tried to keep it as narrow as possible. So we're not taking up a full square, but, you know, maybe I should have just tried to keep it in a single square. But I tried to make them narrow, that way we can put, like, maybe 3 of these right here if we needed to. Like, they can be 3 wide in a 2x2. I guess a 2x3 for the fertilizer's sake. So that was my thinking. That's where we did it. We did a lot of other stuff on camera where I was like showing off like how you can create, which is why this shelf is over here. How you can create a like a, what is it? Then 1, 2, 3, 4 gap. You can create a thing like this, which is a lot of people are doing in lock Z axis is caps lock, which is there, and then you can move it like this, and then you can just blueprint this, press F to copy, rotate it, and then you got yourself a little shelf. And under that shelf, a lot of people online realize you could put 2 table saws, and then you can bring it up to like furnaces that are up on top of this if you want to. I did realize that you can't put things over this part here because there's no space to put like another flat thing to take up this same square. But I did realize that you can take your shelf and then just move it over one like this. And then you can just fill in this section with wood, and then you have the same exact footprint, and then you can stack this infinite, you know? And then that gives you the space above this empty area. So even if you didn't want to have those underneath, this is like a nice, neat little stackable thing. And I guess you could make it higher if you wanted to, if you needed to. But yeah, that's that. We didn't have a reason for that. We've just been kind of like looking at our blueprint thing, which I found out is in this section. So we have our small fertilizer system, which is that thing you guys just saw up top. We're missing some gears and stuff, but if we build it, you can see that it comes with just the fertilizer part, because the charcoal system is on its own. I think this is actually the full built one. I didn't realize that I'd have 2. I thought I would overwrite it. So let me just build this one really quick. Yeah, so that doesn't have the portals. So which could, I guess, be helpful. Oh, does it not have the... It also doesn't have the grinders at the end. So it's literally just... I guess maybe I'll keep that. Because this doesn't include the grinders or anything. This is pure just charcoal. Where this is charcoal powder. So maybe I should rename this one. Edit. Charcoal powder. Caps lock was still on, but we'll keep it. And then this is the mini shelf thing I just showed you. Without the topper. So this is built so you can put it anywhere, and then all it needs is fuel input on that side. You see that long conveyor belt on the right? That just needs fuel. So those are our little designs up there, which I know I think I mentioned this in the last episode that didn't come out, but maybe I mentioned it in the one that did. I know there's a lot of blueprints out there, out in the wild, right? It's so easy. You could just go and find someone's blueprint, put it into your factory, and get it up and running, right? I just don't want to do that because I feel like that's kind of defeating the purpose of this game. I kind of want to take the time to try to work out stuff, even if we are like kind of borrowing ideas, because there really is only so much you can do to kind of compact a system, right? Or how some stuff interacts with each other, which is where I kind of got this kind of conveyor belt system on the left and right here, although I haven't seen anybody do this this little belt around the outside here. This storage box was just to kick off the furnaces, because that's the one thing you do need to do with this setup, is that you need to start the furnaces. So you can either throw like a log in there because they take a long time to burn, or you can do this, and I just put in like charcoal into here and kicked it off. Don't need these. Save ourselves a little bit of resources, right? But yeah, I was pretty happy with this system. This is like a system that I created myself, and I was very happy with how it kind of came out and how it ended up landing, just part-wise. And that was the whole episode, was me just coming up with our own like blueprint, our own like little modular system that isn't like crazy compact, because there's a lot of blueprints that I'm seeing online. Everybody's making them into huge cubes, right? because they want them stackable. They want them to be, you know, slices and stuff like that. I kind of want to be able to see stuff. I want to see it working. Because then I can see like where things have slowed down or where we can like improve stuff and all that. So I kept mine open and I kept them flat. They're not stackable, but you can put them side by side. So if we wanted to, we can throw another one here, and then I'll just have to move this setup here if we need to have another fertilizer thing, which I think we might, because we're going to need a lot of fertilizer, right? But that could change with advanced fertilizer. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll change this and get rid of this, and we'll just throw all that into here. Right? So that's all good. Now we have our output. I want to get advanced fertilizer going, which, man, I don't know if I like the roof or not. I've actually gotten so used to like using daylight that the having the roof over it just makes it seem so dark in here all the time, you know? And maybe we could like throw out like some of the lamps, the candles here, right? In fact, we can just like blueprint this. Yeah, I don't need to make it an actual blueprint. We'll just do it like every square. Because I don't think I'm building up against the wall at any point. Whether on purpose or not, I can't remember. It's a little bit nicer in here now. I don't see a whole lot of people taking the effort to make things like look nice, which I think is unfortunate. Like, I really want this area to feel just like a big market. I would like to have more stuff, I think, in the middle, which we may experiment with after we get more items in the store, because like we could just take one of these, and with cannons we should be able to reach them no problem into the middle, right? So we can do like a shelf of cannons maybe, and then try to like block it off somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'd like to try to in the future. Ooh, kind of like this candle setup more. I forgot that I did this. No real rhyme or reason to those guys. But I like that you can kind of put them inside of the... Okay. All right. So, advanced fertilizer. So, advanced fertilizer needs a very expensive log, which is something I'm really not looking forward to. And part of me feels like maybe we could... Nah, this is already kind of set up there. I guess we could do like a second one here, because we're going to need to pay for the wood, right? Rotten logs are 2,000 copper each. That's 2 silver coins each. So super expensive, right? So I'm gonna go buy a couple just manually, because I don't want to hook that up to automatic stuff just yet. What do we got here? 70 silver. Holy cow. Vitality potions. I don't know if we can really afford that right now. Yeah. Vitality potions are a big seller right now, so I kind of don't want to do that. So we're going to ignore it for now. And I know I kind of put this like in the way of my door here, so maybe we'll like switch out this or something for an actual door. Oh, I can't copy those. Okay, I was gonna say, could you please rotate? I don't think I can put a wall there because of that thing. Yeah, so maybe we do like a little half wall thing. And then we're out of bricks. Do I have bricks over here? I do. I don't know what I used all my bricks on. Oh, probably the ceiling. Okay, so advanced fertilizer starts with 2 of these guys, right? So if we're over here, do we start going this way with it and then bring it down like on, well, this guy? I'm gonna need to probably move you there, because if we're gonna bring it this way, then I probably want to take out this floor so I can bring it down. So let's try to work in that constraint, right? I guess we could bring the advanced fertilizer back down this lane, but let's just, for the time being, since our fertilizer's here, and we need to put it into the little dual guy. Oh, day's over. Made 78 grand and we spent 23. And 3 of that was these logs. So let's just double check, right? So in here, we can make advanced fertilizer, which requires 22 gloom fungus, right? Which it looks like from the stats there, we get 40 gloom fungus and 160 wood at the table saw every 400 seconds? Why is it giving me such like weird numbers? Everything else is per... Oh yeah, we haven't put in our upgrade points yet either. I have not thought about this at all. I'm gonna go off of your guys' recommendations, I think, from here. Because we played around with this a little bit. I really don't know where to put points. Like, part of me wants to do conveyor belt speed, right? Like, just one. Just so we're above factory efficiency. Because then I think we'll be able to pull out of boxes faster and stuff like that. We have fuel efficiency, fertilizer. Fertilizer is really tempting, but I feel like it only gets good until about here. But we're about to have advanced fertilizer, so who knows? Maybe sales? Ooh, actually, shoot. Sales might actually be good. Because 2 of those will give us purchase increase of 50% and 3% more profit, right? So they're going to buy... Well, shit, that's going to put a strain on all of our systems. But it could work out. I don't know. We're going to be using a lot of money. But we also are making a lot more than we're spending right now. I don't know. Quest rewards. Quest rewards, I don't feel like that's just not worth it at all. This could be worth it down the road. I don't know what the relics are, but I know a lot of people complain about how difficult they are to make. So, okay. So let's now that we have that information, let's get a saw. And now for these, we're going to have to use a new... We're going to need this guy. Because we need to split out. We're now getting 2 items out of the saw. And we need to split them. So we need this guy. I don't know what this is. Anthenor. Anthenor? An advanced Anthenor with a chance of failure. It has 2 conveyor outputs. And failed products go through the second output. I don't know what this is. Heat consuming speed. So we throw fuel into it. Whatever it is. But I don't know what that's used for. To make oh, maybe to make coke. Okay. Okay, so we're probably throwing charcoal in there to burn up and to make coke, which has a significant heat value increase. 720p is crazy. Okay, but we get a 50% chance of getting it or 2 charcoal. Okay, so it turns charcoal powder into 50% of it becomes coke, and the other 50% becomes charcoal, so you just regrind that and throw it back into it. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's do it here, right? We'll stay in this lane. Leave myself room for this guy to hit. Because I would love for this to work. Dang it. Okay. Maybe we work off of that. Shoot. Okay. Can we go one farther? Nope. Okay. Because I don't want the coins to travel too far, right? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hold on. And do that. And we just won't tell that what that is yet, right? So we get 9 a minute. Okay, that's the number that matters. So we get 9 a minute, right? And for us to hit our quota of, what was it, 22? Right? So 22. So 2 of these would give us to 18. 3 would be too much. So maybe we just leave it at the 18? Or do we want to saturate it? No, because if we saturate it, that's going to be a lot of money. So where's the break even on that, right? Like, how many of these do we need to these? Although I don't think that I think 22 a minute might actually be about what we're making on basic fertilizer. So I'm thinking maybe we just do 2 of these. That way our fertilizer doesn't get completely dried out. Okay. So, let's see. We do... Got a lot of silver coins that I'm losing here. Ooh, that means, yeah, you're no longer gonna be single coins. Okay, it's whatever. We'll inject some silver coins later on. Let's see. So maybe if we do a purchasing portal here, right? Sorry, I'm like thinking in my brain, but I know I should probably be thinking out loud. Okay, so maybe that's the tech. And then we just do this. No, because there's no room for the purchasing portal. Do that. Oh. Is that gonna be too expensive? Then we got like how many logs is that gonna create? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9-ish, which is gonna be 18,000 copper, is 18 silver, just chilling there on top of the 6 that's gonna be in here. I guess once it backs up, it's fine, right? And when we can, I guess I can throw in some silver in it first to not, like, if we change that to gloom. Well, hold on, let me figure out the rest of this first before I do that. I don't know if anybody else is like this when they're playing this game, where it just kind of feels like kind of you're chasing stuff forward, you know? So we want to filter out these guys, which I think means that they come out of the top. I think the bottom becomes nothing. So that's going to become, we're going to have a ton of extra wood, right? We could filter it into like a fuel thing. But in all honesty, I'm thinking about just throwing it out. I'm thinking about just throwing it out. Because... have I researched the trash yet? I know a lot of... I did. Trash barrel. Where are you? I never use this thing. There you are. Okay, so it needs to be thrown into it, right? So what if we just throw it on the floor, like right here? And then we just take this and do that. And then hopefully it drops down right into the trash barrel. And then these guys... they'll come out, and we want that to be the in and the output, and we rotate. And you're already rotated the right way. That's weird. Okay. Right? And then the fertilizer will just have go on a long belt out. Because that doesn't matter. And then we have, if we need regular fertilizer, we have a second output there that we can like pull from, right? If we need to, but I don't think we will. I think the advanced fertilizer here is going to do us just fine. So let's try this, right? We'll throw a wood on each. There we go. We got our shroom out the top. And our wood is already backed up. I thought you could fall off. I thought you could drop it. Am I wrong? I could have sworn I did it. Is this just too high? Does it not see a valid spot here? Let's do a quick little experiment here. I need small gears. Okay, we've already made 3 fertilizer. Great. I could have sworn that you could drop stuff off. Does it have to be like drop off like that? Or it's just flat? I guess we could like use one of these guys, right? But then there's no room for it. Okay, how do we want to handle this? So if we're throwing 36 planks out a minute, that is a lot of wood. 30. I don't think our catapults can keep up with that. I think our catapults. Do we have a catapult thing? Catapult fire rate 100%. Okay, well that doesn't tell me how many items. Yeah, maybe it's just like this. Because now that I'm looking at it, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I guess we could still do the trash can thing, right? But maybe we just do it here. And we'll just use... one of those. And then we're not dealing with catapult, right? We are backing up a little bit, but it could be just because it needs to, like, catch up first, right? I think 36 each, so our conveyor belt at 90. Yeah, there it goes. It's catching up. Just a little bit of backlog. Okay. Now we're going. So yeah, maybe we just keep this at 18. You know? And see what happens there. Put a chest there so we can start collecting it. Nutrient value 720 versus 144. Maximum fertility is 12 versus 144. So it's 12 times as good? Is that math? Right? What's 12 times 12? Why? I feel like I always knew that as a child, and now that I have to think about it, I'm just like, I don't... Is that one? That's 144? One... Right? I don't feel like doing the math. I don't feel like doing it. Like, my brain is, like, physically, like, incapable of doing the math for it right now. But, anyways, you can see how fast this log goes away. We're losing 0.5% on every tick. Every 1.3 seconds. So, that's going to be a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So we'll just do the thing I was talking about where we're going to inject it with a little bit of money just from the get-go, right? We'll give it 20. That way it uses this 20. Oh shit, it's already spent it. Okay, well, at least it spent a good amount of it, so we're good. Put that in there. And now we can see, I mean, we won't for a while, I guess, like how well this keeps up, right? I think our fertilizer here should always be backed up. So really we're down to, we're not making 22.5 a minute, but we are, it is kind of keeping up, right? So whatever percentage 18 of 22.5 is, I don't know, if just ballpark like 90%-ish efficiency, somewhere around there. I don't know, the word, what was that, 4? We're missing 4.5 out of that, from 18 to 22.5. And whatever. Math, listen, you don't come here for math, okay? We do, math is only when we can see it. Math only exists when we can see the number. It does not exist in a theoretical sense. Anyways, so now we have advanced fertilizer set up. Pretty easy, right? Outside of the fact that, like, this number 9 a minute doesn't match up to this at all, which kind of pisses me off because they force you into either undercutting it or overproducing. And overproducing means that you're going to be spending more money. Shit, does that mean you're going to be spending more money? Because then if it backs up, then they stop chopping, right? It's the same amount. You'd be spending the same amount of money. You'd only be spending the amount of money that you use. Oh, boy. Conundrums. But I'm okay with this. So we have fuel and advanced fertilizer. Ready to rock. And then these are full of, like, extra stuff that I had from when I was building things. So we're just going to try to ignore this. I guess I could move it up. I should probably move it up there. Yeah. Shoot, let's just make another one for charcoal. And charcoal accessories. Limestone. I don't know what to do about limestone. I guess if we are gonna be making rocks at any point, we gotta remember that exists. Plant ash. I'm just gonna get rid of that plant ash. Okay, we got plenty of wood on us. Quick lime. We'll toss that too. Oh, that's not the toss button. That is. Sage we'll get rid of. Basic, two basic fertilizer, we'll get rid of that too. Okay. So, what's next on the docket? What do we have to make? What should we make? I like these liquid flasks, although I'm never making enough liquid for it to matter. Turquoise, I don't know anything about jewelry. I don't know if this is literally you just create the turquoise and that's it. Looks like we're using sand and healing potions for that, which we should have a backup of both. Yeah, healing. No one's buying healing potions anymore, but they will if we make turquoise. How much is that? 2 per? Okay, sand, we're going to need a dedicated sand thing. There's no way I can branch off of this again. So we'll have to make another sand thing for it, and it requires 12. 12. Over the course of 12 seconds. So what are you guys doing? Oh, that'll be easy to... Okay, so one stone crusher. Wow, we're selling 137 of these a day? There's no shot. Maybe we can't pull from there? I don't know. If we have a surplus that's so backed up, right? Maybe we can squeak by it, or we could use our advanced fertilizer. And maybe 1 nursery of sage and 1 nursery of flax will do it. And we can have our own dedicated healing potion thing over there. Because the thing with advanced fertilizer is that the number that it takes to grow something, so if we look at these nurseries right here, we're getting 30 a minute, right? In this one nursery. So we need 2 of these just to hit 60. I'm pretty sure advanced fertilizer, we get like 130 in 1 nursery. So I'm thinking that we could probably get away with it. This is still backed up. We're still backed up. Okay. And we're making decent advanced fertilizer. I'm thinking we could probably keep up with that, and then eventually it'll back itself up. So let's do that. We'll make it all in one over here to make turquoise, right? And then we'll set up a jewelry shelf. Shaper has 6 conveyor belt inputs and 1 output. And the product is crafted gradually as materials are fed in. That's actually kind of cool. It doesn't need all the materials to start crafting. Yeast powder, gloom spores. Oh, that means we're going to need to do more to make transformation potions. Okay. These I'm excited to finally have. I feel like these 3 items should have came earlier. Not necessarily the splitter, but these guys, the priority splitter and the priority merger, both of those should have come earlier. But okay, let's go for it. Let's do turquoise. So we're gonna need healing potions and sand. Let's set that up before we buy it, so people aren't expecting it, and then we can have that be our first item on this side. We'll have jewelry right here at the checkout, where you're checking out, and then you're like, ooh, some jewelry, and then they buy it. Won't you? Yeah, buy. Oh, 2 silver. Damn. Crazy. All right. Oh, so many bulk orders, but they all require vitality potions, which, you know what, with our advanced fertilizer, we probably could supplement. Because our biggest problem with vitality is this guy, right? Like, we're not making enough red current. And this is actually still backed up. Maybe we could get away with a third one of these and like maybe increase the production of that. Hold on, let me go do that really quick. That's just placing another one of those down. I kind of like our flat factory, you know? Not everything's got to be modular. Just a good amount of it, honestly. We can get away with it. Okay, so 7.5 a minute. That means... I don't know what that means. We're slightly more vitality potions. All right, so we need money over here, right? For our rocks. So how do we get money over here? I can't get rid of this plank because you're here. Although we could just do a quarter plank. So can I grab it from down here at all? I suppose, but then we're splitting it even more. Which is kind of the point, right? Maybe I should cut this line off. Maybe we don't need our own money. I don't know. We kind of do. We kind of need it. We kind of need a small amount, right? But like right now it's set to 25%. We could probably do it again. But maybe we just need a second bank portal and split these guys and then have one side. Actually, you know what? That might be a smarter idea. Because we're going to be spending more money on this side, right? Than this side. So if we set up a second bank portal here, split this line, right, at this point, then this side's getting a dedicated 50%. Then 50%'s going this way. And this guy will be getting 25%. This will get 25%. But then if we split it like we did, then this becomes 33%. And then my chest is only getting 10 or something like that. Oh, dude, math sucks. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Let's just get this setup going, and then we can worry about it later. So we need room for our lane here, right? Because we're gonna need to do our little bus main bus line, right? So we're not gonna move a lot of product this way. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. So we'll keep the same setup that we've been doing, right? Okay, a little twofer, right? Right here. Okay. And this first lane here is going to be our jewelry. So we need to make sand, which is easy. One stone crusher is going to be enough, and we got stone upstairs, so we'll use first. And then healing potions, which with our advanced fertilizer should be a lot easier to handle. So I'm thinking, should we just try to work our way back here or that way? Oof. I'm thinking over here. And then let's go get some rocks just so we can start this going, right? So you make 30 a minute, And we need to make sand, which we're going to do immediately. More grinders, there they are. Because you take 7.5, and 3 of these should be more than enough sand that we need for our assembler. Okay. Is it an assembler? Wait, hold on. Jewelry. Jewelry. Crafted at, okay, because I haven't researched it yet. We can't do it yet. Okay, so that, let's just say that's our sand, right? And we can get more sand than that if we might be able to just do something like that, or we can just increase it a little bit going that way. Now we need healing potions. So we need a flax. I'm going to jump out the window. Flax and sage. Right, I don't got any on me. Nope. So we need 2 nurseries here. And one of those is going to have to make... So we'll do our sage... Okay, our sand line's just going to be a little bit longer, I think. Like, this is just going to have to go out farther. So you are going to be sage, because my flax line here needs to be processed. So you're going to make... Shit, I don't know how much. Let's go grab a advanced fertilizer and see what we're dealing with here. Grab a hundo. Because we can just back this guy up. So 90. So this is now doing the work of 3 nurseries. And this guy also 90. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So I think this just has to go through one of these guys, right? Okay, so it's flax into grinders makes this, and sage and... Oh, I gotta grind the sage as well. Okay. I'm glad we move this back a little bit. So our conveyor belts do 90, right? So if we do... So how much are you going to be able to do? 30. Okay, so there's our 90, right? So if we copy all this, not you, do that, right? Now we have our 90. And then these all need to go into an assembler. You are making healing potions, so you are getting 90 and 90. Belts do 90, these grind 90, this is now making 90. We're making 15 healing potions a minute, which is crazy. So take those out, and we'll bring our sand over. And then we make another one of these, and boom, we got jewelry, right? And I mean, yeah, this could be compacted a lot more. But I'm kind of happy with where it's at. Okay? So I guess, yeah, now we can research this. And then we'll get the jewelry shelf as well, which we'll make room for right here. Right? And that's our first little foyer into jewelry. Pretty easy first setup. We just got to connect these guys afterwards, but we'll do that. Not a big deal. I hate that you can't queue up stuff afterwards. But whatever. Okay, so you want 15 and 90. Oh, shoot. 90 sand? 90 sand's crazy. So these are 7.5 each, so we're making 30 here. So you need a lot more sand than I was expecting. Okay, well, I think we have room to do that over there. So we'll do that. We'll just do a little ramp here. We got room for a little ramp. What's wrong with a little ramp? Okay, jewelry. And then up here, we'll just get this in the store while we work on the back end, right? Oh, looks beautiful. Oh, I put my buffers on the wrong side. Ah, that's okay. Something a little different. Ooh, are we too far out? We might be too far. No, we're not. Sweet. Did I pick it up? I did. Okay, so we're hiding our product on the other side. That's okay. Yeah. Bring you to the counter, huh? Fancy man got here first. Ooh, yeah, and then they immediately line up on this one. Ooh, that'd be great. Okay, okay, 2 silver worth. Not bad. Okay. So our sand production, 30. Okay, so this one of these. So we just need to copy this thing. And then we'll leave it. Yeah. Did I just like accidentally like make this the perfect copyable? Maybe not perfect. But that's not bad. Okay. So the 2 of those is now 60, right? So we need 3 of them. And we're probably going to have to sneak it in. No, I want to keep them all close to each other. So we'll do something like this. It's a little messy, but we're trying to make use of this area here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll sneak it in up there, right? So it's probably too long for rocks to go down, right? So we can just put one here. There we go. Okay. And then put those guys there. And we'll have a little bit of a surplus area of rocks, but that's okay. I think that's fine. And hopefully, I mean, it's going to back up, I think, a little bit here. But it should be okay. It'll get to a point where I think it'll be all right. Interesting that we're using sage more than flax. Wonder why that is. Everything's all the same, but we're burning through advanced fertilizer more on sage than we are. Oof. I'm also out of advanced fertilizer already. Okay. So purchase portals. We need... I have 2. So that'll cover the nurseries here. No, because those are getting advanced fertilizer. I just need to do these guys. Which... You know what? We could just do 1. Right? Rocks are expensive, but I think it's not as bad as if we were going to do the rotten logs or anything like that. We just got to get our advanced fertilizer over here to these guys for this to balance, which is it's far. It's far. Okay, so let's do the advanced fertilizer part next, which is here. Do we want to just throw it down again? It'll save us conveyor belt area. And then we have kind of stuff flying back and forth. How am I going to get it down there, though? I guess I could... If I bring it down here... Actually, yeah, I'll just bring it down because I'm going to need it for other stuff, right? And it's going to need to be brought down eventually. So we'll just bring it down now. Now, aiming this is going to be a little bit of a tricky... Can I go up? Z-axis up? No. Okay. Okay. So it needs to be right next to that one. Is there a better way to do what I just did there? I don't know. Okay, so you are outputting... Earning 60 grand. Oof. Okay. 40. What are we spending that? It's got to be the rotten logs. Also, I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't... 17 objects. I wonder if you can... No, you must be able to, like, blueprint how far you can go, right? Hold on, let me try that. Okay, so I can go as far as that one. So if I do this, and I do blueprint this and that, right? And then I want to copy and save as a blueprint. We're going to save this as max distance. What are these things called? Catapults. Then I know the distance, right? Like I can just do this. And I know how far I can put it. Granted, it's not going to work all the time, right? Because we're going to have to... Ooh, okay. Probably because of the turn. And then little short hop. Just to save ourselves just a little bit more time. Right? Okay. Now we just got to get money here. Which is going to be our little setup here, right? Man, I'm really loving blueprint mode. It is it's a lot better than I thought it was. Okay, so that's our input. You're set to silver. And now we have a 50-50 split, right? Which, man, we get kind of backed up, but that's okay. So you are going to be our lane. And our max hopper thing is not going to be good here. But it will. Ooh, actually, could we shelf it? Where's my shelves? Someone point on the monitor right now where my shelves are. Can we do something like this? I don't know what's going on there. So can we throw up to here? First off, let's just see if we can't hit that. Of course not. Okay, we can do that. That's probably about as high as we can go. And just just to keep with the rhythm here, let's get up there so we can actually see what's going on up here. Let's see if can we go through the floor. First off, let me just test it. No. Okay, so we're just gonna have a long conveyor belt here. That's okay. It'll be a little bit of a buffer, right? So we're gonna do this. That gives us now an elevated spot up here where we can throw down into here. Let's do that. And then well, we're gonna drop it here. Yeah, there's just gonna be a little bit of a yes, thank God. Okay. So that can go like that, but then now we have access downstairs to throw money if we need it down here, right? I hope what I'm doing here makes sense to more people than just me, you know? Because I feel like what I'm doing here makes sense. But I don't know. maybe what I'm doing just is maybe too much, or like in both senses of the term. Like it's like just too much work for what we're really getting out of it, or what. And then I want to another side of the belt in case I need to throw the money elsewhere. That's the reason for that. So, and if I throw in like 30 silver here into that side, that should saturate all those lines for the most part. I mean, we may not complete this line, but that line is fine. That line, it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. If I stress about it too much, I'm gonna be mad about myself. So we'll just keep doing this, keep throwing silver out there. And then this guy, if we need to split it again, right? And how do we do that? if we have to split this again, then we need to do what, this? And then there? That way this is still a 50-50. No. No, it has to be on the other side, right? Like it has to be over here. Can I get away with that? I can't. That would have been chill. Surely there's another way I can do that. I think you just got to be like this, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can get rid of this guy, right? So our 50-50 for that is here. And you can still hit that, no problem, right? So we just moved it over a little bit, but now that line is still complete. Okay. And then this can just go directly to this guy. There we go. Okay, hey Grok, do the math of this for this. Put this in a bikini for me. Okay, great. So okay, cool. And now we're getting less. 50, and then this is 50, so this is only getting 25%. No, it's 50 here, which then takes it to another 50, which is 25%. And now this is a 25%. No, shit. I need to... No, that's not... Oh, okay. I guess maybe would this be a case for the priority splitter? Build input and 2 conveyor outputs. Input items are prioritized first for the first output. Would that be a priority splitter thing? Where we prioritize this guy, right? And then we do a 50-50 split between these guys? Maybe that's a case for it. It'd be nice to have like a little box like this. Right? But that had 3 input or outputs, kind of like this guy. But you can choose the percentage of them. That'd be cool. So if I do priority splitter, right? That gets priority. And then this one does not. So this one will get backed up. Then we start getting some out of here. And then this still gets its share before priority share. I guess I could throw another one on there. And then this is like super overflow. I think this now makes sense. Let's throw some money at it and see what happens. Oh shit, that's right. I could split again. Dang it. And that just got all that silver. Okay. Can I just throw money into this? Like if I catch it once it hits 1,000? No. Ah, curse me for making this so compact. Okay, wait, I saw one go up. I saw one go up. Oh man, that's gonna... I mean, if that gets priority, then I don't need to split it again. There's no need to split it again. Okay. Okay. All right. We're doing something here. Now, is that top lane going to be enough, though? I mean, it is backed up, right? Because this top is just... Ooh. This is where this is at. This needs a lot of money. That needs a lot of money. That needs 2 silver for every log, right? But it doesn't need it super fast. Okay. I think we're okay. I'm overthinking it. Okay, I'm gonna end this episode here because I feel like I'm overthinking things a lot. Maybe my brain's not like fully back yet. Maybe we're still struggling here. Oh hell yeah, you just got a 2 silver. Yeah, so maybe I need to filter into this side more. Maybe now that's when I do this. Right? Would that work? I guess there's going to be a coin that like goes full circle, right? But yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'm overthinking it. Thanks everybody for watching and sticking with me. If you've made it this far, then you absolutely can handle my ADHD brain of just trying to make sense of things. And it just kind of barely working out, but I'm happy with the store right now. I'm kind of waiting for the day to be over. I guess we can go to sleep. There's no one in the store. Just to see what we did. 135. Our healing potions went down, which is I don't know if a good thing or not. Our vitality potions going down is a good thing. That's for sure. We made 90 grand, but we spent a lot more of that now because we're buying these guys. So instead of spending 30,000, we're spending an extra 12 grand on the wood, but that's not bad. 6 a day is not bad. That's where we're probably going to be at for a while because that's our highest that we'll use currently because it's constantly producing, right? My concern at this point is, are we making more advanced fertilizer? I think we might. I don't know. This was full, but we had to fill up those lines, right? So we're at 62, 63. It fills a couple of them. Okay, so we're probably making enough to use maybe or to get another nursery or 2. But this is a lot for 2 or 3 nurseries, right? We're still backed up on basic fertilizer, which is great. Yeah. Okay. So this is not bad. We're doing okay here. We can get another nursery or 2, I think, out of that setup, and then we can easily copy that whole setup, right? Because this is taking up just 3. Yeah, three of these slots. So we can copy another one of those, put it this way, and then we can get another 3 or 4 nurseries out of it. Ain't bad. I think for something that's going to make us a lot of money, I think it's worth. Look at this. Look at that. That's not bad. I think we're doing fine. Okay, thanks everybody. I'm probably going to let this run for a little bit just so it balances, because I really want to check the fertilizer. I want to make sure that we are making more than we're using, and I want to make sure that our money system is working as well. I think in the next episode, we're probably going to... I don't know. Should we just go straight for the next potion? I don't know if we... Or should we make our first relic? Ooh, shit. That'll be interesting. The Shaper. Okay, so, wow. That requires a lot. That requires a lot of wood. A lot of wood and a lot of flax. Because we got to make a bunch of wooden pulleys. Which, I don't know. Do we supplement that over here? Since we're backed up on those items, do we like run some lines out over here to this corner? I think it's probably time that we can get rid of all that stuff. I'm happy with where we're at on this, so we could probably get rid of all this. So maybe we try to make our first relic over here and bring it out this door. Ooh, I don't know. Or maybe this door. We got plenty of lanes here. I'm not sure. We could probably... I don't know. Whatever. I need to end this episode. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. I do appreciate all the comments as well, the suggestions, because it does reframe things for me, and I appreciate that. So I will catch you for the next one. Bye-bye.